Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We'll continue our reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita until Lila, chapter number 1, verse 92 onwards. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamam vande Shri Gurum Deen Tarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram Hariyam Tatsat. Swarga paga paga hema mrinalinam Nana Mrilan Agra Bhujo Bhajamaha Anna Pururupam Tanurupa Rithim Karyam Nidanad Dhi Gunan Adhite. The river Ganges flowing in the heavenly planets is full of golden lotus flowers, and we, the residents of those planets, eat the stems of the flowers. Thus we are very beautiful, more than the inhabitants of any other planet. This is due to the law of cause and effect. For if one eats food in the mode of goodness, the mode of goodness increases the beauty of his body. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One's bodily luster and beauty, one's constitution, one's activities and one's qualities all depend on the law of cause and effect. There are three qualities in material nature, and as stated in Bhagavad-Gita 13.22, Karanam Guna Sango Asya Sad Asad Yoni Janmasu. One takes birth in the good or a bad family according to his previous association with the qualities of material nature. Therefore, one seriously eager to achieve transcendental perfection, Krishna consciousness, must eat Krishna prasadam. Such food is sattvic, or in the material quality of goodness, but when offered to Krishna, it becomes transcendental. Our Krishna consciousness movement distributes Krishna prasadam, and those who eat such transcendental food are sure to become devotees of the Lord. This is very scientific method, as stated in this verse from Nalan Neshad 3.17. Karyam Nidanad Di Gunan Adite. If in all his activities a person strictly adheres to the mode of goodness, he will certainly develop his dormant Krishna consciousness and ultimately become a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Unfortunately, at the moment, the bodily constitutions of the leaders of society, especially the governmental leaders, are polluted as described in Srimad Bhagavatam 12.1.40. Asam kritaha kriya hina rajasa tamasha vrataha prajaste bhakshayayanti mlecha rajani arupinaha. Such leaders have no chance to purify their eating. Politicians meet together and exchange good wishes by drinking liquor, which is so polluted and sinful that naturally drunkards and meat eaters develop a degraded mentality in the mode of good ignorance. The process of eating in different modes are explained in the Bhagavad-Gita, wherein it is stated that those who eat rice, vegetables, wheat, milk products, fruit and sugar are situated in the elevated quality of goodness. Therefore, if we want a happy and tranquil political situation, we must select leaders who eat Krishna prasadam. Otherwise, the leaders will eat meat and drink wine, and thus they will be asamskritaha, unreformed, and kriya-hinaha, devoid of spiritual behavior. In other words, they will be mlechas and yavanas, or men who are unclean in their habits. Through taxation, such men exploit the citizens as much as possible, and in this way they devour the citizens of the state instead of benefiting them. We therefore cannot expect a government to be efficient if it is headed by such unclean mlechas and yavanas. Verse 93. Chaturmasya Rahi Gaude Vaishnav Chalila Rūpa Gosvāmī Mahaprabhura Charane Rahila. After the 4 months of Chaturmasya, Shravan, Bhadra, Ashwin and Kartik, all the Vaishnavas of Bengal returned to their homes, but Srila Rūpa Gosvāmī remained in Jagannath Puri under the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Verse 94. Ekadin Rūpa Karena Natak Likhana Achambite Mahaprabhura Haila Agamana. One day, while Rūpa Gosvāmī was writing his book, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly appeared. Verse 95. Sambran में दुन्हे उठी दंडवत हाइला Dunhe alingiya Prabhu asane vasila. As soon as Haridas Thakur and Rūpa Gosvāmī saw the Lord coming, they both stood up and then fell down to offer him their respectful obeisances. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced them both and then sat down. Verse 96. Kya punthi likha bali ek patra nila akshara dekhiya Prabhu mane sukhi aila. The Lord inquired, "What kind of book are you writing?" He held up a palm leaf that was page of the manuscript, and when he saw the fine handwriting, his mind was very pleased. Verse 97. Shirupera akshara yena mukutar panti prita hena karena Prabhu aksharera stuti. Thus being pleased, the Lord praised the writing by saying, "The handwriting of Rūpa Gosvāmī is just like rows of pearls." Verse 98. Sai patre Prabhu ek shloka ye dekhila padite shloka preme avishta haila. While reading the manuscript, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw a verse on that page, and as soon as he read it, he was overwhelmed by ecstatic love. Verse 99. Tunde tandavini ratim vitanute tundavali labdaye karna kroda kadampini ghatiyate karna budhebhyah spriham chetah prangana sangini vijayate sarvendriyanam kritim nojane janita kiyadbhir amriteh krishneti varnadvai. I do not know much about the nectar of the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. Purport: this verse is included in Vidgat Madhav 1.15, a 7-act play written by Srila Rūpa Gosvāmī, describing the pastimes of Sri Krishna in Vrindavan. Verse 100. Shloka Shuni Haridas Hailat Ullasi Nachite Lagila Slokera Arth Prashnam Prashmashi Masi Prashamsi. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted this verse, Haridas Thakur, upon hearing the vibration, became jubilant and began to dance while praising its meaning. Verse 101. Krishna Namera Mahima Shastra Sadhu Mukhe Jani Namera Madhuri Aiche Kaha Nahi Shuni. One has to learn about the beauty and transcendental position of the holy name of the Lord by hearing the revealed scriptures from the mouth of devotees. Nowhere else can we hear the sweetness of the Lord's holy name. Purport: it is said that Padma Purana Atah Shri Krishna Namadi Na Bhaved Grahyam Indriya. Chanting and hearing of the transcendental holy name of the Lord cannot be performed by the ordinary senses. The transcendental vibration of the Lord's holy name is completely spiritual. Thus, it must be received from a spiritual source and must be chanted after having been heard from a spiritual master. One who hears the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra must receive it from the spiritual master by oral reception. Srila Sanatana Goswami has forbidden us to hear the holy name of the Lord chanted by non-Vaishnavas, such as unprofessional singers and actors, for it will have no effect. It is like milk touched by the lips of a serpent, as stated in Padma Puran. A Vaishnav Mukhod Grinam Putam Hari Kathamritam Shravanam Nevakatavyam Sarpochistam Yathapayah. As far as possible, therefore, the devotees of the Lord in Krishna consciousness movement gather to chant the holy name of Krishna in public so that both the chanters and the listeners may benefit. Verse 102. Tabe Mahaprabhu dunhe kari alingan madhyahan karite samudre karila kaman. Mahaprabhu embraced Haridas and Rūpa Gosvāmī and left for the seaside to perform his noontime duties. Verse 103 and 104. together. Ar din Mahaprabhu dekhi Jagannath Sarvabhaum Ramanand Swarupadi Sat Sabe mili chali aila Shri Rūpe milite Pathe Tandra Guna Sabare Lagila Kahite. On the next day, after visiting the temple of Jagannath, as usual, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Swarbham Bhattacharya, Ramanand Rai, and Swarup Damodar. They all went together to Srila Rupa Goswāmī, and on the way, the Lord greatly praised his qualities. Verse 105. Dui shloka kahi prabhura haila mahasukha nij bhaktera guna kahe hena panchamukha. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited the two important verses, he felt great pleasure, thus as if he had 5 mouths. He began to praise his devotee. Purport: the two verses referred to are those beginning with the Priyaha So Ayam and Tunde Tadvini, number 79 and 7 and 99 respectively. Verse 106. Sarvabhaum Ramanande Pariksha Karite Shri Rupera Guna Dunhare Lagila Kahite. Just to examine Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya and Ramanand Rai, the Lord began to praise the transcendental qualities of Sri Rupa Goswami before him. Verse 107. Ishwar Swabhav Bhaktera Na Laya Aprad Alpa Seva Bahu Mane Atma Paryanta Prasad. Characteristically, the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not take seriously an offense committed by a pure devotee. The Lord accepts whatever small service a devotee renders as being as such a great service that he is prepared to give even himself. What to speak of other benedictions? Verse 108. Vrityasya pashyati gurun api na paradhan sevam manag api kritam bahudha vyupeti avishkaroti pishanshiv api nabhya suyam shilena nirmala mati purushottamo ayam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Purushottam, the greatest of all persons, has a pure mind. He is so gentle, and even if his servant is implicated in a great offense, he does not take it very seriously. Indeed, if his servant renders some small service, the Lord accepts it as being very great. Even if an envious person blasphemes the Lord must never manifest anger against him. Such are his great qualities. Purport: this verse is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.1.138 by Srila Rupa Goswāmī. Verse 109. Bhakta Sange Prabhu Aila Dekhi Duijana Dandavat Hena Kaila Charanvandan. When Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswāmī saw that Mahaprabhu had come with his intimate devotees, they both immediately fell down like logs and offered prayers to their lotus feet. Verse 110. Bhakta Sange Kaila Prabhu Dunhare Milan Pindate Vasila Prabhu Lena Bhakta Gana. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal devotees met Rupa Goswāmī and Haridas Thakur. The Lord then sat down in an elevated place with his devotees. Verse 111. Rupa Haridas Dunhe Vasila Pindatale Sabar Agrahe Na Utila Pindar Upare. Rupa Goswāmī and Haridas Thakur sat at the foot of the elevated place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was waiting. Although everyone asked them to sit on the same level as Lord and his associates, they did not do so. Verse 112. Purva Shloka Pada Rupa Prabhu Agya Kaila Lajjate Na Pade Rupa Mauna Dharila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Rupa Goswāmī to read the verse they had previously heard, Rupa Goswāmī, because of his great shyness, did not read but remain silent. Verse number 113. स्वरूप गोसानी तबे से श्लोक पढ़िला सुनी सभाकर चित्ते चमत्कार हाइला. When Swarup Damodar recited the verse and when all the devotees heard it, their minds were struck with wonder. Verse 114. Priyah so ayam Krishna sahachari kurukshetra militas tathaham saradha tad idam ubhayo sangam sukham tathapi antah khelan madhura murli pancham jushe mano kalkati kalindi pulina vipnaya sprihati. My dear friend, now I have met my very old and dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra. I'm the same Radharani now. We are meeting together. It is very pleasant. I would like to go to the bank of the Yamuna beneath the trees of the forest river. I wish to hear the vibrations of his sweet flute playing the fifth note. So, verse 114, we have read it, and the meaning as well. Let's move on to verse 115. राय भट्टाचार्य बले तुम्हार प्रसाद विने तुम्हार हृदय ए जानिला के मने. After hearing this verse, Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said to Mahaprabhu, without your special mercy, how could this Rūpa Gosvāmī have understood your mind? Verse 116. Amate sanchari purve kahila siddhante ye sab siddhante brahma nahi paya ant. Shri Ramananda Rai said this, that previously Mahaprabhu had empowered his heart so that he could express elevated and conclusive statements to which even Lord Brahma has no access. Verse 117. Tate jane puru tumhare panache anche prasad taha vina nahi tumhara hridayanuvad. Had you not previously bestowed your mercy on him, they said, it would not have been possible for him to express your internal feelings. But devotees acknowledge Mahaprabhu's special mercy on Rūpa Gosvāmī in the following way. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rūpa Kadamayam Dadati. When will Srila Rūpa Gosvāmī, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? The special function of Srila Rūpa Gosvāmī is to establish the feelings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These feelings are his desires, and that his special mercy be spread throughout the world in this Kali Yuga. Prithivite achate yeta nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar haibe mor nam. The desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that all over the world, everyone in every village, every town, know of him and his Sankirtan movement. These are the inner feelings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Rūpa Gosvāmī committed to writing all these feelings of the Lord. Now again, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the same feelings are being spread all over the world by the servants of the Goswamis, and devotees who are pure and simple will appreciate this attempt, as concluded by Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. However, Those who are at the level of hogs and dogs will never appreciate such a great attempt. Yet this does not matter. In the preachers of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult, for example, Rūpa Gosvāmī committed the inner feelings of Mahaprabhu. Sri Rūpa Gosvāmī committed to writing all these feelings of the Lord. Again, by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, the same feelings are being spread all over the world by the servants of the Goswami, and devotees who are pure and simple will appreciate this attempt. As concluded by Śrīla Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, however, those who are on the level of hogs and dogs will never appreciate such attempt. Yet this does not matter to the preachers. This does not matter to the preachers of Mahaprabhu's cult. For all over the world, they will continue to perform this responsible work, and even though persons who are like cats and dogs do not appreciate them. Verse 118, Prabhu kahe kaha Rūpa natakera shloka ye shloke shunle lokera. Where was I? Shri Mahaprabhu said, my dear Rūpa, please recite the song from the drama which appeared, being hatred makes it all the people. Okay. Mahaprabhu said, my dear Rūpa, please recite that verse from your drama which upon being heard makes all people's unhappiness and happiness go, and unhappiness and lamentation go away. Verse 119, बार बार प्रभु यदि तारे आज्ञा दिला तबे से श्लोक रूप गोस्वामी कैला. When the Lord persisted in asking again and again, Rūpa Goswami recited that verse as follows. Verse 120, Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitnute Tundavali Labdhe Karana Karana Krodha Kalambini Kadambini Ghatayate Karanar Budebhya Spriham Chetah Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kritim No Jane Janta Khyadibhir Amritaye. Okay. Cheta Prangana Sangam Vijayate Sarvendriyam Kritim No Jane Janita Khyadbhir Amritaye Krishneti Varnadvai. I do not know much nectar about the two syllables Kri and Shna. When the holy name of Lord is chanted, it appears to dance within his mouth. We then desire many such mouths. When that same enters the when that same name enters the holes of the ears, desires many million of years, and when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the new activity of mind. Verse 120, Yata Bhakta Vrinda Ar Ramananda Raya Shlok Shuni Subhat Savar Haila. Okay, verse 121, Yat Bhakta Vrinda Ar Ramananda Raya Shloka Shuni Sabar Haila Ananda Vismaya. When all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially Sri Ramananda Rai, heard this verse, they were all filled with transcendental bliss and were struck with wonder. Verse 22. Sabe bale naam mahima suniyachi apar eman madhurya keha nahi varne ar. Everyone admitted that although they had heard many statements glorifying the holy name of the Lord, they had never heard such a sweet past descriptions of those as those of Rūpa and Gosvāmī. Okay. I think I did the translation of that one. Ramanda inquired what kind of drama it writing. We can understand that it is mine of conclusive statements. Verse 1 to 4. Swarup kahe Krishna Lilar Natak karite Vraj Lila Pur Lila Ekatra Varnite. Swarup Damodar replied for Sri Rūpa Goswami. He wanted to compose a drama about the pastimes of Sri Krishna. He planned to describe one book within the pastimes of Vrindavan and second to those of Verse 1 to 5. Arambhiya Chila Ebe Prabhu Agya Pana Dui Natak Kariteche Vibhag Kariya. He began it in that way, but now following the order of Mahaprabhu, he has divided it into two and is writing two plays, one concerning the pastimes of Mathura and Dwarka and the other concerning the pastimes of Vrindavan. Verse 1 to 6. Vidgad Madhav R. Lalit Madhav Dui Natake Prem Rasa Adbhut Sabha. The two plays are called Vidgad Madhav and Lalita Madhav. Both of them wonderfully describe ecstatic emotional love of God. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur informs us in this connection that Srila Rūpa Goswami finished the drama known as Vidgad Madhav in the year Shakabd 1454 AD 1532 and Lalit Madhav in Shakabd 1459 AD 1537. The discussion between Ramananda Rai and Srila Rūpa Goswami at Jagannath Puri took place in Shakabd 1437 AD 1515. Verse 1 to 7. Rai kahe Nandi shlok pada dekhi shuni Shri Rūpa shlok pade Prabhu agya mani. Ramananda Rai said, please recite the introductory verse of the Vidgad Madhav so that I can hear and examine it. Thus Sri Rūpa Goswami, being ordered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, recited the verse 1.1. Verse 1 to 8. Sudhanam Chandrinam Api Madhuri Monmad Damani Dadhana Radhadi Pranaya Ghana Sarayah Surabhitam Samantat Santap Podgama Vishama Samsar Sharani Paranitam Te Trishnam Haratau Hari Lila Shikharini. May the pastimes of Sri Krishna reduce the miseries existing in the material world and nullify all unwanted desires. The pastimes of Supreme Personality of Godhead are like Shikharini, a blend of yogurt and sugar candy. They overpower the pride of even the nectar produced on the moon, for they distribute the sweet fragrance of the concentrated loving affairs of Srimati Radharani and the Gopis. Verse Okay, we will continue reading from verse 1 to 9 next time. Thank you for joining. Harim Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.